I'm Savita Valsang and you're watching Statistics Made Simple. In this video, we'll find solutions to some more problems based on the normal distribution, part 3. Problem 5. An intelligence test was conducted on 1000 children. The average score was found to be 42 and standard deviation 24. Assuming normal distribution, find the number of children, first subdivision, exceeding score 60 and second subdivision with score lying between 20 and 40. So in this question, they've already mentioned that it's a normal distribution problem. The word average means it is the mean, and the mean of the normal distribution is denoted by mu. Similarly, the other parameter of the normal distribution is sigma, that is the standard deviation, and sigma is equal to 24, and the total number of children are given as 1000, so capital N is equal to 1000. So define capital X as scores of students in an intelligence test. That is, X follows normal. Within brackets, write the parameters, that is mu and sigma square. That will be 42, 24 square. And let's write the standard normal variate formula, that is Z equal to X minus mu by sigma, which follows normal 0, 1. In the first subdivision, we need to find out the number of children whose score exceeds 60. Exceeds means it is more than 60. But before that, we first need to find out the probability of capital X greater than 60. And the answer which we get, we have to multiply with capital N. So let's start with the sentence. Consider probability of capital X greater than 60. By now you know that you have to standardize. So which is equal to probability of X minus mu by sigma is greater than 60 minus mu by sigma. And X minus mu by sigma is Z. Mu is 42 and sigma is 24 in the problem. So you will get the second step as equal to probability of Z greater than 60 minus 42 divided by 24, which is probability of Z greater than 0.75. Now let's draw the standard normal curve. The center line is Z equal to 0. The extremities are minus infinity and infinity. 0.75 is a positive value, so mark it on the right tail of the curve, and greater than 0.75 means what? It is shade to the right side of 0.75. So shade in orange color from 0.75 to infinity, and whatever area you have shaded, now you write it in words as equal to area from 0.75 to infinity. Now you know that you can find out this area from the tables, and you will get the answer now as probability of X greater than 60 is 0.2266. Therefore, the expected number of children with score exceeding 60 is, use the formula capital N into P of X, which is 1000 into 0.2266, which is equal to 226.6, and you approximate it to 227. In the second subdivision, we need to find out the number of students whose score lies between 20 and 40. So start with consider probability of 20 less than X less than 40. This means that X is lying between 20 and 40. Now you standardize. What do you mean by standardizing? From all the terms which you see within the square bracket, you have to subtract mu and divide by sigma, because the tables is given in terms of Z. So which is equal to probability of 20 minus mu by sigma is less than X minus mu by sigma is less than 40 minus mu divided by sigma. So substitute for mu as 42, sigma as 24, and you know that X minus mu by sigma is Z. So the second step is equal to probability of 20 minus 42 divided by 24 is less than z is less than 40 minus 42 divided by 24, which is equal to probability of minus 0.92 is less than z is less than minus 0.08. Now let's draw the standard normal curve. The center line is z equal to 0. The extremities are minus infinity and infinity. Now minus 0.92 and minus 0.08 are negative values. So both the values should be marked on the left tail of the curve and mark them in correct order. Okay, so on the left tail of the curve, you will have first after the line z equal to 0, you will have minus 0.08 and then you will have minus 0.92. Now because z is lying between these two values, you have to shade in purple color only between minus 0.92 and minus 0.08. And always remember that you can find out the area under the normal curve from the tables only from z or minus z to infinity. So let's draw two flower brackets. The bigger flower bracket will be from minus 0.92 to infinity and the smaller flower bracket will be from minus 0.08 to infinity. Now whatever area you have shaded, that you write it in words as area from minus 0.92 to minus 0.08, which is nothing but the larger flower bracket area minus the smaller flower bracket area, which will be area from minus 0.92 to infinity minus area from minus 0.08 to infinity, which is equal to 0.8212 minus 0.5310. So you'll get probability of 20 less than x less than 40 is equal to 0.2902. Therefore, the expected number of children with score lying between 20 and 40 is capital N into P of x, which is 1000 into 0.2902, which is equal to 290.2. And because it's the number of children, you have to approximate it to a whole number, which is 290. Problem 6. If x is a normal variate with mean mu and standard deviation sigma, first subdivision, find the probability that x takes a value in the 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma neighborhood of mu. Second subdivision, what percentage of observations would you expect to lie within 1 sigma, 2 sigma and 3 sigma limits? This problem is an interesting one and you will see how the concept in this problem is used by the Mumbai Dabbawalas by making use of what are called as Six Sigma limits. So let's start with given. First write x follows normal mu comma sigma square and then write the standard normal variate formula z equal to x minus mu by sigma, which follows normal 0, 1. Now the first subdivision, it has three different parts. We should find the probability that x takes a value in the 1 sigma, then 2 sigma, 3 sigma neighborhood of mu. After that, we move on to the second subdivision. Now to work out the first subdivision itself, we need to recollect and remember the area under the normal curve. Okay, now I'm not talking about the standard normal curve, I'm talking about the normal curve. That is the property which we had learned under the normal distribution. So to work out this problem, you need to keep this diagram in mind. So the center line is x equal to mu and the blue dotted lines on either sides are, on the left side you have mu minus sigma and on the right side you have mu plus sigma. Then you have the red dotted lines on both the sides, which are denoted by mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma. And similarly, you have the two green dotted lines, that is mu minus 3 sigma and mu plus 3 sigma, and these continue up to minus infinity and infinity on the left hand side and on the right tail of the curve. So remember this curve whenever you have to work out this particular problem. Starting with the first subdivision, under that the first part, we should find the probability that x lies in a 1 sigma neighborhood of mu. So to find the probability that x lies in the 1 sigma neighborhood of mu, let us make use of the curve which we just observed in the previous slide and make use of the two dotted lines values, that is mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma. So let's start with consider probability of mu minus sigma is less than x is less than mu plus sigma, and this is interpreted as x lies between mu minus sigma and mu plus sigma, or x lies in the 1 sigma neighborhood of mu. So you see that the coefficient of sigma here is actually 1. Okay, so now just like we have been doing for all the previous problems, because the expression is in terms of x, you have to standardize and convert it into z. So from all the terms in this expression, you have to subtract mu and divide by sigma. Please observe the steps very carefully, because if you understand for this particular subdivision, then the remaining, that is for 2 sigma and 3 sigma, it is going to be the same. So which will be equal to, first write probability of mu minus sigma, and then you subtract mu and divide by sigma. Then write the less than symbol. Then x minus mu by sigma is less than mu plus sigma minus mu divided by sigma. So all we have done is we have standardized, that is subtract mu and divide by sigma throughout. Now cancel out the terms very carefully. So mu and minus mu will get cancelled. Similarly, sigma in the numerator and sigma in the denominator get cancelled. So you will get the value as minus 1. And you know that x minus mu by sigma is z. Then similarly, mu and minus mu will get cancelled. And then sigma in the numerator and denominator will get cancelled. So you'll get the step as probability of minus 1 is less than z is less than 1. Now let's draw the standard normal curve. Minus 1 is a negative value, so mark it on the left tail of the curve, and 1 is a positive value, so mark it on the right tail of the curve. Now because z lies between minus 1 and 1, you have to shade only between minus 1 and 1, like I have done in orange color, and then you draw a large flower bracket from minus 1 to infinity and another smaller flower bracket from 1 to infinity. And by now all of you should know the steps very well. That is, whatever area you have shaded, that you have to write it in words, which is equal to area from minus 1 to 1. And how do we get this area? It is the larger flower bracket area minus the smaller flower bracket area, which is equal to area from minus 1 to infinity minus the area from 1 to infinity, which is 0.8413 minus 0.1587. So, or in other words, probability of mu minus sigma is less than x is less than mu plus sigma is 0.6826. Now let's start with the second part in the first subdivision. That is, we should find the probability that x lies in the 2 sigma neighborhood of mu. So let's consider the two dotted lines which are there on the left hand side and right hand side of the normal curve. That means you should find probability of mu minus 2 sigma is less than x is less than mu plus 2 sigma, or it means that x is lying between mu minus 2 sigma and mu plus 2 sigma, or in other words, x lies in the 2 sigma neighborhood of mu. So let us standardize, that is subtract mu and divide by sigma throughout. So you'll get probability of mu minus 2 sigma is less than mu divided by sigma is less than x minus mu by sigma is less than mu plus 2 sigma minus mu divided by sigma. So similarly here as well, the mu and minus mu terms will get cancelled, and sigma in the numerator and denominator will get cancelled, and you know that x minus mu divided by sigma is z. So you will get this step now as equal to probability of minus 2 less than z less than 2. Then you draw the standard normal curve. The center line is z equal to 0. The extremities are minus infinity and infinity. Then minus 2 is a negative value, mark it on the left tail of the curve, and 2 is a positive value, so mark it on the right tail of the curve. And z lies between minus 2 and 2, so shade in green color between minus 2 and 2. And the shaded area, you write it in words as area from minus 2 to 2. Then draw a large flower bracket from minus 2 to infinity and a smaller flower bracket from 2 to infinity. So the shaded area is nothing but the larger flower bracket area minus the smaller flower bracket area, which is area from minus 2 to infinity minus the area from 2 to infinity, which is 0.9772 minus 0.0228, or probability of mu minus 2 sigma less than x is less than mu plus 2 sigma is 0.9544. Now starting with the third part of the first subdivision, the probability that x lies in the 3 sigma neighborhood of mu will be probability of mu minus 3 sigma is less than x is less than mu plus 3 sigma. How did we get this expression? This is by taking the two dotted lines which are there on the left hand side and the right hand side of the normal curve, and you standardize and simplify. I'll move a little faster over here because by now you know the steps. So you'll get the second step after standardizing as probability of minus 3 is less than z less than 3. Now draw the standard normal curve. The center line is z equal to 0. The extremities are minus infinity and infinity. Minus 3 is a negative value. Mark it on the left tail of the curve, and 3 is a positive value. Mark it on the right tail of the curve. And z lies between minus 3 and 3. So shade in pink color only between minus 3 and 3. And draw a large flower bracket from minus 3 to infinity and a smaller flower bracket from 3 to infinity. And the area which you have shaded in pink color, that you write it in words as area from minus 3 to 3. So the shaded area is the larger flower bracket area minus the smaller flower bracket area, which is equal to area from minus 3 to infinity minus area from 3 to infinity, which is 0.9987 minus 0.0013, or probability of mu minus 3 sigma less than x less than mu plus 3 sigma is 0.9974. The second subdivision of this problem is relatively very simple. All you have to do is you should find the percentage of values which lie in the 1 sigma, 2 sigma and 3 sigma neighborhood of mu. So let's write three different sentences. The first one will be the percentage of values which lie in the 1 sigma neighborhood of mu is, you take the probability which you had got, that is 0.6826 into 100, which is 68.26. Then the second sentence, the percentage of values which lie in the 2 sigma neighborhood of mu is 0.9544 into 100, which is 95.44. And the percentage of values which lie in the 3 sigma neighborhood of mu is 0.9974 into 100, which is 99.74. You have already seen the application of 3 sigma under Statistical Quality Control chapter. So just like we have 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, Similarly, we have what are called as Six Sigma limits. And I've already mentioned to you about a dabbawala. A dabbawala is a person who actually lives in the Indian city of Mumbai, and his job is to carry and deliver freshly made food from homes in lunch boxes to office workers. Now, for the efficiency of their supply chain, it has been claimed that they have achieved what is called as a Six Sigma performance. That means 99.99% of deliveries which are made by them are without error. Thank you for watching and continue practicing all these problems. And in my next video, we will complete the normal distribution topic by working out 1 and 2 mark problems.